One of the other concerns I've heard this week as well is around the companies developing AI at the moment and the concern that the development of AI may cement the power of the large tech companies, mainly US tech companies. They're the ones with the resources to train these huge models and spend millions of dollars doing so as well. Now, of course, Google DeepMind is part of Google. How do you respond to some of those concerns that have been raised around that?
Well, if we think there's a few things. So first of all, the work that we've done around AlphaFold or even our material science discovery genome, we've released that to the scientific community. And in many ways, it's actually advanced the opportunities for those scientists. They no longer need expensive equipment. To give you an example, to understand one single protein used to take 4 to 5 years and access to the right equipment. We made all of that, discovered all of them, predicted all of them, put them in a database that we opened to scientists. On material science discovery, that's another one. We think that we've saved over 1 billion years between, with AlphaFold and not quite that much with on our materials discovery, but going from 48,000 known stable crystals and materials to over 2 million and publishing a database of the 350,000 plus materials that can be now validated. So in many ways, we feel for science, this is actually going to open up a lot of opportunity to really advance the impact that we can have for humanity and build a better future. On generative models, we're working with cloud to make our models more accessible, and we're also trying to do that in a responsible way by building in technology like SynthID, which is a watermarking technology, so that other developers can build on top of these tools. And I think this year we're going to see a lot more opportunities.
What's the role of regulation in all of this? When we talk about the responsible development, does regulation have a role to play? And if so, what kind of role should it play? This is such a powerful technology that we need to be having conversations, and it's not one government. AI is not going to be limited to a specific national border, so we have to think about international coordination from the start. I've been very pleased with the fact that governments last year were really willing to engage and leaning into the conversation, which I think we've seen a shift of having the conversation last year. I think as we move forward, it's now how do we actually coordinate. Regulation is important, but I think it's also important to right-size the regulation so that we don't stifle the innovation. So we've been looking at more of a context-driven approach. It's not necessarily adding new regulation just for AI, but let's think about the context in which AI is being used.